right, step 8. We're almost there. We're almost at closing. This is the final walkthrough. So what we need to do on the final walkthrough is get you back into your house. It's going to be your house in just a few days. And typically we want to do this at least one day before closing. We can do it the day of closing, but I always recommend to do it at least one day before, if not a couple days before closing. Reason is, if we go through there and there's something that is now there that wasn't there when you put an offer on it, like a hole in the wall, big rip in the carpet, we've seen all sorts of stuff. This is your time to address it. You don't want to close on the house without knowing exactly what condition the home is in. And we want to make sure it's in the same condition as when you purchased it. And sometimes things happen on move out. Now, let's say you've given the seller a lease back. What that is basically a time frame after closing that they're going to stay in it once you close. So typically that's a few days. Sometimes it can be as much as a couple months. If that's the case, I still recommend doing the final walkthrough. On the final walkthrough, what I recommend you doing, if they're staying in the property, is going through and videoing every room on your phone. Narrate that video. I'm walking through the living room, there's a hole in the wall right here, or everything looks perfect. Then when they move out, you can then itemize those things if there is any damage. Now, you don't have as much leeway for issues because if, let's say, you didn't charge them anything for that time frame, they are not necessarily going to write a check to you afterwards. But sometimes we do, or we are able to collect a deposit and we can take money off the deposit for those items. But it is a little bit more risky if you're allowing them to stay afterwards. But always do the walkthrough, simply for the fact that you're going to know